Hello my lovely yogis. This session we're going to be focusing on a whole spinal practice. So it will be a nice short flow for you to prepare yourself for your day. So with that in mind, let's roll out our mats and get ready for our practice. We're going to start in all fours. So make your way into the middle of the mat, finding your center, gently finding that neutral spine. Connecting into the breath, let's inhale, starting our cat-cow. So this is really the very best exercise that you can do when you wake up. Rippling through the spine, really connecting breath to movement. It's a classic yoga move, probably the one that we do almost every session. Really lovely to really connect to every vertebra, every part of the spine. And let's start to just move the body backwards and forwards so you can make this movement a little bit bigger. You can pause in your cat or your cow if that feels good. And then we're going to just gently start to make it even bigger by sending the hips further back. And as you come forward, starting to drop the hips a little. So your exhale will be coming backwards towards extended child's. Your inhale sends the hips forwards almost to a cobra. So linking this to your breath will mean your breath is extended. Just be mindful of how deep you want to make this movement. And it might be that you feel comfortable to start to drop those hips all together. And we're going to take it a little bit bigger now. So we're going to move into an up dog. So as we come forwards, keeping those arms nice and strong as the hips drop, pushing into the tops of the feet, lifting the thighs off the mat. Inhale, drop the knees, start to round the spine, send the body back, hips to heels. As we inhale, let's do that one more time. So we're rolling the body slowly forward, dropping the hips, maybe even lifting the thighs off the mat to an upward facing dog. Holding for a full breath here. Dropping the knees once more, starting to round the spine as the hips come back to the heels. One more time, coming forwards. We'll all meet in an upward facing dog. Feeling strong in those arms. Keeping the tops of the feet on the mat. We're going to, this time, lift our hips. Lift the hips, but don't tuck the toes round. Keep them onto the toes. As you come into down dog with those toes not tucked, so send the hips all the way down. So a much bigger movement now. One more time, using your core strength to lift you up. Hold in this downward facing dog with the toes tucked before gently untucking the toes. And pedaling out the knees. Now I know that down dog with the toes tucked, untucked is quite challenging. And really wakes up the feet, but it's a really good exercise to get those toes engaged. Pedaling out the legs here. And then we're going to start to walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale to your flat back extension. And as we exhale, we're going to pick the left leg up, send it back, bringing it into a warrior stance. So as I inhale my left arm, I'm going to windmill the arms, finding my Virabhadrasana 2. So just take time to settle in here, opening out that right knee, sending the arms long, shoulders down the back body. Inhaling, the arms come up and overhead, palms together down the center line, legs long. Exhale, send those arms out wide. So we're just extending that right leg as we come forwards and back.
It's almost a pyramid pose. We're just extending that leg. Now the next time you come to your warrior two, pause there, keeping the arms long. When we extend that right leg, we're going to make our way into Trikonasana. So a lovely spinal. We think of this Trikonasana often as the right arm slides down the inside of that right leg. We think of Trikonasana as a very much a lower body exercise, but when you take your attention to the spine, thinking of the lengthening that you're doing here, keep the breath going, so much benefit to the spine. The eye gaze down, or maybe you want to challenge yourself and take the eye gaze up. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Bending the right knee, take yourself back into Virabhadrasana 2. Bringing the palms to heart center. Let's take that right foot to face forward, squaring the hips off. Inhale, come down into your forward fold. So we're keeping a good connection with the mat as we're pressing equally into both feet, sending the crown of the head forwards and down on your exhale. So perhaps your hands are coming to blocks or down onto the mat. Start to allow the head to drop. Keeping your hands underneath your shoulders, just extending through the spine in your wide leg forward fold. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Before lengthening through the arms, turning the left toes to face the back of your mat, bringing the right heel out and the right toe slightly in. Bend the right knee, draw those thumbs up to the sternum, and then open out to your Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Sink here, just focus on your alignment for a moment. And then lengthen that left leg as we bring the hands to the heart center. So we're just going to work through that lengthening and extending, keeping the spine really long and tall. Now think as you're doing this about not twisting the spine. So even though we're taking the eye gaze over to the left, so part of the spine, the upper part around the neck will be moving because of course the neck is an extension of the spine. Try not to twist the torso, because Virabhadrasana 2, let's all end up in our warrior 2, should be a nice alignment with your body in line with the long side of your mat. Now this time as we lengthen, we're going to take those arms out long and reach the left arm forwards as we come into Trikonasana, sending your left arm down, skimming the inside of that left leg, right arm comes above, so we're stacking arm over arm, eye gaze down, or if you're wanting that challenge, let's reach as we look towards the top hand. Focus on those fingertips, whether they're upper or lower. And then take the eye gaze down, hands to heart center, bend that left knee, draw the chest around as we turn the left toes in, and once more we're going to come to that forward fold. So hinging from the hips, not from the spine, finding length through the spine. So the crown of the head comes forwards and then down towards the mat. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, drawing yourself slightly closer. So perhaps with your hands underneath the shoulders, you're starting to bend the elbows a little. 2 more breaths here. And your next inhale, come high on the arms, so nice long arms. Start to heel toe the feet in until they're about shoulder width apart with your toes wider than your heels. And send the hips down as we make our way into Malasana. Thumbs to sternum, elbows on the insides of the knees, finding any support you need to if the heels do pop off the mat, so that's absolutely fine. Find length in your spine. So send the tailbone down. Reaching the crown of the head away. So again, that attention is on length through the spine. And when you're ready, we're slowly going to bump the bottom down. Make your way into Sukhasana. Thumbs on heart center. Finishing your practice with a few moments of thanks for yourself. Find this time, whichever amount of nugget of time you found for yourself, that's good, and you should really thank yourself for that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.